Hello and welcome to Fandom Fridays. Well, another Christmas has gone by, and what did I get out of the job? A TARDIS mug, Mockingjay, and the full complete series of G1 My Little Pony. Ah, Thank you, Santa, and thank you, everyone, for enjoying this wonderful holiday. So, would you say that you enjoyed your holiday? Yes, Trixie. Are you saying that you're feeling happy about this? Yes, Trixie. Are you saying you're feeling good about your life? Mm-hmm. Are you saying that everything is hunky-dory with you and you don't feel any problems or hatred right about now? Nope. Good. Unleash the Von Doom! Wait, what? No. I changed my mind. I was miserable this holiday. I was miserable this whole entire year. No, stop! No! Okay, you heard it here, people. Here's another Von Doom fic. Here's Von Doom, Sailor Moon, and Batman. Oh. Usagi and Ami were leaving Tubon High School. Wow. Can't even get the name of the school right in the first try, could we? It's a middle school, you freaking. After a normal day of school, as usual, Serena was crying because she had failed on the math test.
Come on, Usagi. It's not the end of the world. Besides, if you study hard, you will get better grades.
Ami said. Can we move that up here? Suddenly, Serena stopped to read the sign on the wall.
Look, Ami! Millionaire Bruce Wayne will be here tomorrow for the opening of the new mall. Wanna come? But I have to study. I'm only 2 chapters ahead of the rest of the class, and
come on, Ami, give it a rest once in a while. Finally, the blue-haired girl accepted the invitation. After that, both went home, and the next day after school, Ami went with her friends Mina went to the mall to see the opening. Mr. Wave gave a very impressive speech, after which he opened the door of the place. Suddenly, Ami felt a hand on her shoulder. It was an old man wearing a suit and glasses. Ow! You know, for a minute there, I thought the grammar was going to be fixed this time. I so hate it when I'm wrong.
May I help you?
Asked the surprised girl. Yes, miss. I am Alfred. Mr. Wayne's butler. My master wants to see you.
Me?
Yes. Would you please come with me? She watched with the man.
Like a man, talk like a man, my friend.
While Serena and the others followed her closely. They got to see the area where Bruce Wayne was waiting for her. Master Bruce, Miss Anderson is here. Thank you, Alfred. Hi, Miss Anderson. I'm Bruce Wayne.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Wayne. But please, call me Ami.
Glad to meet you, Ami. And please, call me Bruce. I've heard a lot about you. They say that you are the best student in town. Is that true? She blushed before answering.
Well, yeah. I know it sounds rather odd for me to take such pride in that, but yeah. I mean, considering the fact that most of my competition are about smart slugs, yes.
I have an offer to make. I'd like to help students like you by offering them scholarships at Gotham University. I want you to... Suddenly, a security guard appeared with Serena and the others. Sorry to bother you, Miss Lane, but I've had these girls trying to sneak in.
I told you to ask the guard, but no, you wanted to sneak in.
I don't know why I agree with you sometimes, Usagi.
But you wanted to ask it, didn't you, Ray?
Answered Serena. I do hope I got the right voice here, because there's still these problems. I'm sorry, Mr. Wayne.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wayne. These are not the behavior of my friends.
Don't worry, Ami. Guard, let them go. Yes, sir. Now, Ami, I was about to ask if you want to come to Gotham with me for a week to check college to see if you like it. I could give you a scholarship. You could bring your friends if you like to.
But I have to go to school and...
Don't worry about that. I already hired a special teacher, so neither you or your friends will stand behind your classmates in school.
But what about my mother?
I've already told her.
What an enormous... My bed?
Already packed.
My pussies?
Suit it up.
Well, if I didn't know better, I could have sworn you were Batman.
With that, Ami accepted. Okay, Ami, I will then see you and your friends tomorrow at the airport. Alfred will pick you up at 7 a.m. The girls were happy. They were going on a week trip with one of the richest men in the world. The next day, Alfred picked the girls and headed off toward the airport where Bruce was waiting for them. Wait, you put in the freaking periods! Hi, girls. Welcome.
Which flight is ours?
A smile on his face, Alfred answered. Not missed. Mr. Wayne flies in his own personal jet. Please follow me.
His own plane? Whoa!
Added Makoto. In a few minutes, everything was settled, and the 5 girls were in the air. Where in the... I don't know. Where in the air were they? Were they over there in the air? Were they over there? Were they over there? Were they over there? There. Where in the air were they? Once there, a limousine was waiting for them. As usual, Serena messed with everything.
Here, Mr. Wayne. Let me get you a cab.
Ray put in her put in Usagi's mouth while excusing her to Bruce.
Sorry, Mr. Wayne. She is a little clumsy in a while.
Did I miss something? How badly did she mess up the limousine? How badly did she ruin it that they needed to get a cab? And, you know, Bruce Wayne has about several billion different cars. He could easily move that and push it away and... You know what? No. I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to move on! Don't worry, Ray. This is my car. The girls were really impressed when they saw the luxury of Bruce Wayne's life. In a matter of minutes, they arrived at stately Wayne Manor. There, Bruce's young ward and adopted son, Dick Grayson, was waiting for them. He was impressed with Minako's beauty. I'm telling Barbara. Bruce, you told me you were going to bring one of the best students to Japan, but you never told me you were going to bring someone so beautiful. So, you are hitting on Minako now. Again, this Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon fanboy is going to be calm about this. However, it should be warned that as a shipper, I am fully within my rights to bring out my 12 gauge if you keep this ship up! Minako blushed in a way that she looked like a fire truck. She looked like a fire truck?
Well, the genius over there,
she said, pointing at Ami.
But, thanks for the compliment.
He went towards Ami, taking her right hand, kissing it softly. Ami blushed at a sudden display of respect and answered as best as he could.
Well, thanks for the warm welcome, Mr.
Grayson. Dick Grayson. Da-da-da-da! But don't call me Mister. That's for Bruce, alright? Call me Dick, alright? Well, okay, a-hole!
Okay, Dick, she said, smiling. Bruce tells us a lot about you. It'd be interesting to play some chess with you.
Hope so. So, tell me, who are your charming friends over there?
Oh, sorry. They're Yusaki, Minako, Makoto, and Ray, she said, pointing to each of them. Bruce invited us to stay over here for a week, so I can help we get along.
Sir, Alfred, please show the girls to their rooms and let them unpack. Yes, Master Dick. So, Luna and Arbus are just staying at home? Oh, no. You got that wrong, Mr. Friays. I'm actually having a very good friend take care of them. Selena? Selena. Sweet. When Minako was about to leave, Dick held in her arm. So, Minako, how about going with me tonight?
Well, sure.
Okay, so we are going with a Minako and Dick ship. But before I bring out my 12 gauge and elicit my shipper duties and blow a new hole in you, Dick, this is like what? Your fifth girl? Is this your what? Fifth notch in the belt? I mean, I know James Bond gets all the ladies, but you seem to get as many as freaking Tony Stark. I mean, still I count for you. You got Barbara Gordon, Corey Anders. I'm pretty positive you made out with Raven at least once. Tarantula, though that wasn't exactly willing. Huntress. and I'm pretty positive there are a few. Oh, that supermodel, that one meta girl. There were a few other girls in Bloodhaven that you dated. Let's see. I know I'm missing a few here. Later that night, Bruce, Dick, and the 5 girls went to the reception at Gotham University, in which Bruce was going to talk about his plans for the institution. Meanwhile, 2 figures talked in a deserted building in the center of the city. So, Joker, what's your plan? I'm just going to guess it's Penguin because he doesn't say who is doing that. He gives, sorry, Scarecrow. Well, Joker, what is your plan? Easy, Scarecrow. We're going to launch a strike on Gotham University in a few minutes. Now come along. Then both men got on board a green and purple vehicle. Other 3 cars were the same colors and followed them with armed men inside. I don't know. Well, okay, there was Arkham Asylum, so I guess Scarecrow would work depending on... But seriously, who would be stupid enough to work with Joker? The party was at its best, and the girls were having the time of their lives, especially Minako, who was dancing with Dick. So, Minako, are you a genius like Ami?
Well, not as much as she is, but a little...
He interrupted her by taking her chin, and just as a kiss was about to hurt her, a mad laugh was heard. Well, a party, and we weren't invited. At the sight of the Joker, Bruce made a sign saying, "Oh!" The Dick, who left it Mina, laughed. There's no ED. We're crying out loud. How many times have we done this? As she received a sing, "Ah!" from Usagi, Bruce and Dick left the building, using a back door, and headed towards a place where Alfred was waiting for the curb. Emergency, Alfred. Both men entered the car. A second later, Batman and Robin were on their way to the auditorium. At the same time, the 5 girls with their 2 cats, now on an arm as I mentioned, were in the other... Where in the other side of the building? That way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Girls, you had to transform and stop that mad thing. Sure thing, Luna. Moon, Prism, power! Mercury, power! Mars, power! Jupiter, power! Venus, power! Seconds later, the 5 Sensi were on their way to the auditorium, where Joker was stealing the property of the guests, and probably leading to a few mass murderings here and there, as he heard a voice of surprise to him. Busting a party is cruel, but doing it dressed like a clown makes it worse. I'm Sailor Moon, champion of love and justice. I will right wrong and triumph over evil, and that means you. What is this? 5 girls? You better go back with your moms before I... So we meet again, paint face. Blasphemy! I'm gonna pray that was Dick who said that, because Batman does not do one-liners! Get them! Shouted the Joker. Okay, time out. I just want to make this announcement that, no, I'm not going to do the goddamn Batman joke. No. Every other reviewer has done the goddamn Batman joke at least once, so especially when they're doing a review of Batman. I am not going to do a single solitary I am the goddamn Batman line throughout this entire fic, alright? And no, I'm not going to do the Kristen Bale Batman voice. I'm going to do my Batman voice. I will not sound like I'm a freaking guy who's been chunking on gravel all the time. Thank you. Now back to your story. In 10 seconds, 10 men entered the place and run toward Batman and Robin, who started a cruel fight. Well, I can imagine if it was a fight, it would be cruel. Meanwhile, Sailor Moon and the others moved towards Scarecrow, who was ready for them.
Stop right there.
Who is going to stop me? You? Taking a little skull from his suite. His what? His suite. Oh, he's cute too! He fired a black gas at Sailor Mercury's face. The blue-haired girl started to cough, and once he reacted, he started to feel the effects of the Scarecrow's fear gas. The auditorium was no more. She was back at Juban High School as Ami, and she was failing every test she had. She saw Ami and Usagi and the others, but when she tried to talk to them, they ignored her. She clutched the wall and started to cry. Sailor Moon and the others were starting. Hey, you only said Omni was hit. You didn't say the other said he got shot. Serena found herself fighting against the Casino Mask. Ray saw the Cherry Hill Temple on fire and her grandfather dying. Minako saw horrible bruises on her face. Minako saw horrible bruises on her face. Minako saw horrible... Never try to give Minako a fear again! Let me do this. You just sit back and watch. Makoto saw her old friend telling her that he hated her. Again. Robin noticed the situation and arrested him wearing a gas mask. But before he could get to them, Scarecrow took Sailor Venus hostage. Stop, Batman, or the beauty here dies. Well, it's a good thing I'm Robin, then. Chapter 2. Deadly Thoughts. Seeing Sailor Venus was in danger, Batman allowed them to escape. Even though there were about 5 different ways Batman could have stopped this. Unfortunately, they decided to take Sailor Venus to them. Due to the effects of the fear gas, she didn't resist it. Even though it would be temporary, by the time she woke up, hell would be raised. Batman and Robin were helping the other Sailor Senshi. Robin noticed that there was only one more affected by the gas with Sailor Mercury, who was crying in the corner. He feared that the experience could create traumas on her. He got beside her and injected the antidote in her right arm. I said, hope so, Dick! Feeling the pain, Sailor Mercury tried to run away, but after getting up, she fainted. No. Just no. Vic, go to your corner. Back to Wayne Manor, but way back, she transformed into Omni. A situation that both shocked Bruce and Dick. The world's greatest detectives! Serena and the others had no option but to reveal their identities as well. Seeing this, Bruce and Dick revealed their own to make things even. Even though Bruce would probably never do it. Meanwhile, Sailor Venus opened her eyes as well, but found herself hungering for change as they were holding her by arms. Where am I? Well, finally, the Sleeping Beauty decides to wake up. You! Here's a clown that attacked us at the college! Let me go! Ah, you have a good memory too, eh? Well, maybe you're smart enough to solve this riddle. Who is Batman? She turned around and saw a man in a green costume with question marks on it. Would you please put these things up here? Some people actually try to read for a living! I don't know. What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Wrong answer. Minako felt a fist hitting her in the face as she felt blood coming in her mouth. She tried to cry, but tears came out of her eyes due to the intense pain she felt. There are no words to describe the stupidity of that last sentence! I haven't seen something that stupid since the one time I read a fic about Crossbones raping Sailor Venus. The only difference there, I don't have to live read that one. The pain. The pain. Oh. I'm going to work out that this is a random mug. Otherwise, this would make no sense for the Joker. The beauty's grin. Why are you doing this to me? Because you are helping our greatest foe. Now tell us why you and your friends are helping him. Then Minako just grinned and said, F you, proceeded to use her Sailor Venus powers, such as, her crescent beam, to burn through the ropes, landed on the ground, and proceeded to hand Riddler, Scarecrow, and Joker their bombosities. Why? Because as much as I love Joker, Riddler, and Scarecrow, they are still human, and Minako's got probably a few years of experience, and is still able to take them all on, and thus was able to hand Joker his pacey little white tussie. I am sorry, Joker fans, but it's the truth. You gotta give permission for that. And then Minako went back home. There was no answer, and another fist impacted Minako's face, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. God, I love my life. When they decided to stop, her uniform was red due to the great amount of blood she had coming from her fit. What? They continued beating her that night until there was no part of her body that wasn't bruised. What? Seeing that they couldn't get anything out for her, they decided to get rid of her. Yeah, like they would really do that. Try not writing Batman for a while. You're not good at it. Hit it until he hit the wall. The next morning, when Serena, Bruce, and the others were in the back cave searching for Minako, a news report shocked them all.
Hello, this is a special Muppet News Flash. This is a special news bulletin. A blonde girl was found in the morning in the alley in the city limits. Our informant states that she was comatose and she had no identifications. There's only a rare pen on her. If somebody can identify the strange item, please go to the Gotham Central Hospital. The girl is known to be in intensive care while battling between life and death. And in other news today, newscasters are known to attract wild sea anemones. What? Ah!
Misaki turned the TV off and started to cry. Wait, so Minako didn't carry her wallet, purse, school photo, anything on her in her human mode? Ray sat beside her and gave her support.
Minako, Ellipses, why? Ellipses, why?
Ellipses! Oh God, it's back! They rushed up to the hospital, and Serena couldn't believe what she saw. There was no part of Minako's body without bruises. But what horrified her most was that Minako's face was unrecognizable. Both her eyes were black, and her nose was broken. Meanwhile, Bruce was talking with the doctor. Why isn't she chokerfied by now?
How is she, Doctor? I'm not going to lie to you, Mr. Wayne. Is she surprised? We don't know how damaged her brain is due to the brittle attacks she got on her head.
Ami was in the other side of the corridor and couldn't help but hear the horrible diagnosis. She sat on the couch and proceeded to sob silently. 1 week later. Usagi was in Minako's room when she opened her eyes for the first time since he got to the hospital.
Minako, how do you feel? Who, Ellipses, who are you? And why do you have that weird hairstyle?
We're going with that plot, are we? We're going with the amnesia plot. Well, folks, there's only one thing I can do to respond to a stupid plot point like amnesia. There's only one small little thing I can do. I can refer to. Here's a helpless civilian. You don't see this, but here's a helpless civilian right here talking about the amnesia plot. She does not know about this amnesia plot. She's currently very happy with her life. Here's what I think about the amnesia plot. Stupid freaking amnesia plot! And this is just because I get turned on whenever I punch somebody! Oh, for crying out loud, my Celestia's flowing mane. I just can't freaking believe this!
What? Minako, it's me, Hisagi, Sailor Moon. Do you remember me? Sailor who? And why do you call my name Minako? My name is Ellipses. I can't remember my name, Ellipses.
Artemis stepped in and talked to Mina. Mina, it's nice to see you again. How do you feel?
The Ellipses, cat, Ellipses, cat, Ellipses, cat, Ellipses, talks, Ellipses.
Artemis was shocked. I was dumbfounded. Of course I talk. I'm your guardian Artemis. Does you remember me? Hey, Luna, get the mind meld!
Help me, please. I think I'm losing my mind. Can somebody tell me I'm fine?
Ellipses,
take this weird cat away from me, please. Artemis, I don't think she remembers anything. You should leave her alone for a while.
Artemis didn't answer her. He just jumped out the window. No, Artemis, you have so much to live for! He left to the hospital. Meanwhile, Yasaki told the other sailor Sensei about Minako's situation. Everyone was concerned, but Ami fell to her knees and started to cry uncontrollably. Makoto rushed to help her. Ami, calm down. We know it's hard, but we must control ourselves. I mean, sure, our friend has amnesia, but...
No, you don't understand it. It's my fault. I could have prevented this from happening.
How? It's not true, Ami. You were under the effect of that strange gas. There was nothing we could do about it. I mean, granted, our aliens should hold a little bit more hold than that over gas, and also Minako's will should have broken over something as stupid as us her getting bruises.
You don't get it, Makoto. I was the one who made him use that gas. I was so selfish and stupid and I tried to do everything on my own, and the only thing I do was get Minako beat up to death, and now she doesn't remember everything, and all because of me.
Okay, this is stupid! Serena cried in front of her.
Ami, it doesn't matter. We know, and Minako knows too, that you were only trying to help. What we have to do is now get the creeps that hurted her, okay? Maybe you're right, Yusaki. All we have to do is find those creeps and turn them into moon dust.
Or at least beat the living snot out of them. Later that night, Ami was in the Batcave. Her portable computer was attached to the Bat's cave's... there's no dash, it's just one word, Batcave. Made one allowing her to access Batman's criminal database. Suddenly, she felt a hand on her shoulder. That made her jump from the chair. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Don't worry, Dick. It's just that I still feel guilty for what happened to Minako the other night.
Ami, you have to understand. It wasn't your fault. Found anything?
Those were two separate things. Well, I found something really interesting. When they arrived at Gotham University, they didn't have to force open the doors. They were already open.
What?
I checked the doors a day later, and there was no signs of violence on them. But I had to continue my investigation in order to get a conclusion. Why didn't Batman do this?
Whoa. Bruce was right when he decided to bring you here, even though this is basic detective work. What is this, the Dark Knight trilogy where Batman doesn't do a bit of detectiveness? Oh, boo, 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 boo! And then he left it. What Ami didn't tell him was that he knew where the Joker and the others were due to a call she received earlier that day, telling her the location of the villain's hideout. Later that night, she left her room, and while he was about to transform, Alfred entered the living room. What are you doing this late, Miss Anderson?
I know where the Joker and others are, and I'm going to get them now.
But it will be better if Master Bruce and your friends came with you.
No, Alfred, everything that happened to Minako was my fault. I'm the one who was supposed to fix everything up.
At least let me drive you there.
Okay, Alfred.
Oh, sure. Alfred's going to just do that and not alert Master Bruce. In minutes, they were in front of a warehouse at Gotham St. Louis.
Alfred, please do me a favor.
Yes, miss?
If something happens to me, give this envelope to Serena. I have a feeling since this is a Von Doom fic, my life is going to be very, very short.
Alright, but please be careful. After Ami's departure, Alfred located a public phone, and putting in some coins, he dialed a number. A feminine voice answered him.
Hello?
Miss Barbara.
Alfred, what is it? Is Batman in need of help?
Well, not precisely Batman, Miss Gordon, but I think you heard about this new heroines that helped Batman the other night.
Not so much as help as they went down like little pansies. Yeah, I heard them.
Well, one of them may need your help. She is trying to catch the Joker and the other villains by herself.
How did she find out where they were?
If my memory right, someone called her and...
Tell me the address.
25684 Manor Drive.
Did you allow her to go inside the place?
Yes, miss. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, Alfred. It's Joker. What did you think?
It's a trap!
Alfred. It's the Joker's way of setting up someone. That's the way he killed Jason Todd, the first Robin.
No! 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 No!
It was Dick Grayson who's the first Robin. Jason Todd was the second. But are we going comic book continuity now? Because for a minute there, I thought this was Batman the Animated Series, especially with the way you've got the freaking Batman the Animated Series character in the back here. I thought that was Batman. I thought we were doing the Animated Series Batman, which is fine by me. I love Batman the Animated Series. I thought we were doing that, but now we're doing the comics? And that's not the way Jason Todd's death went at all. Please read the freaking comics before you try to put something from Batman's past here. And if this is really Batman, if this is really the comic books, then it shouldn't be. Then Alfred should be calling her Oracle. Good way of keeping it secret, Mister.
I let Thinky Val into the cave!
Then she hanged up. Meanwhile, Ami was in the front door of the warehouse. After transforming into Sailor Mercury, she stood there, when suddenly a voice made her react.
Sailor Mercury, what in the world are you doing here? Luna, why did you follow me? I saw you when you left the manor with Alfred, and I decided to see what you two were up to You once again misspelled here, and you put this wrong. Well, I'm going to get the Joker for what he did to Monaco. You stay out here. If anything happens to me, please tell Serena that he's the best friend I have. No, I'm going to get to the others and let go of me. Ami took her and returned to the car and instructed Alfred to keep her there. He tried to warn her, but she didn't care, and when she returned to the warehouse and entered through a window, she started to walk when suddenly she began to hear voices. I hear loud noises! She followed the trail of the voices until she found their origin. A tape player attached to a bomb was activated when she pressed the top of the top player. A camera appeared, and then she saw there was only 5 seconds before the explosion. Knowing that there was no escape, she dropped the player back into the tail and followed to her knees. She hugged herself, closed her eyes, and waited for death. Oh no! If only I possessed some abilities like, say, being able to freeze stuff, or being able to use large torrents of water, or being able to cause things to freeze down. Oh no! If only I had that ability! But sadly, those abilities are only the myths of legends. Goodbye, my good friends. I'll never forget you. Hisaki, Rei, Minako, Makoto, Luna, Artemis, ellipses, 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 ellipses.
Outside, Luna and Alfred were shocked when they heard a brutal explosion. Kaboom! Emanated from the warehouse. In seconds, there was a horrible inferno. The fire was coming out from every window. Ami, no. Episode 3. Oh. Luna couldn't believe her eyes. The warehouse that Sailor Mercury was now in was a horrible inferno after a brutal explosion. And Alfred had to hold her when she tried to go after her. Ollie! Ellipses. Oh, God! Ellipses. No! Ellipses. She said before she started to cry. The fireman arrived, and one of them handed Alfred the only thing he could find that belonged to Sailor Mercury. It was her burned tiara. Wow. That's wow. I'm sorry, Alfred, who I seem to know for no apparent reason. This was the only thing we found. She was probably close to the explosives. Alfred and Luna turned into the manor. It was 7 a.m. and everyone was up. Serena asked them what they knew about Sailor Mercury. Miss, I think you better sit down first.
What? What's going on here?
Maybe this letter can explain some things. Serena opened the envelope and began to read the letter Ami had for her.
Yusaki, if you're reading this letter, that means I failed at catching the Joker and the others, and I may be dead, but there are a few things I wanted you to know. You were the best friend anyone could ever have. When I arrived at Dumont High School, you were the only one who accepted me as a friend. Then you and the others protected me against those who wanted to hurt me. Then, as a secret sensei, you were a wonderful leader who saved me several times, and so did everyone else. I'm sorry for doing this on my own, but I had to. Minaka was hurt, and it was my fault. Therefore, I had to do this for her. You can find a written copy of my investigations in my room. Please stop the Joker and the others for Mina. Please take care and don't fight with Ray anymore. Ellipses. A hug, Ami. Ellipses. After that, she dropped the letter and looked at Luna straight in the eyes. Luna, what does this mean? Where is Ami?
What do you think, you twit?
She couldn't answer her. She only dropped the burnt tiara in front of Sailor Mercury on the table and ran out the room with tears in her eyes. Miss Anderson tried to stop the Joker and the others, but unfortunately she walked into a trap and the warehouse exploded. This is the only thing the firemen were able to find that belonged to her.
No! It can't be! Not her! Why? No! Not Ami!
Hearing the screams, the Ray... Man! The Ray! The Ray Meister! Woo! Awesome! And the others arrived, and they were shocked when they heard the news, especially Bruce. Alfred, why in the world did you allow her to do something like that?
Do the words fit Herbie have to mean anything to you, Master Bruce?
Yes. I'm sorry, Master Bruce. I tried to warn her, but she didn't care.
I mean, I've only trained in the war. I've only been a war medic and a spy. Certainly there was nothing I could do.
She said it was something she had to do, and if I tried to stop her, she would use her powers against me. Wait, they have powers in here? Meanwhile, Yusaki ran to her room and started to cry uncontrollably. Ray tried to calm her, but she was unsuccessful. And there was one Sailor Sensei that Yusaki cared for the most. That was Sailor Mars. She was the second Sensei found by her and Luna. Their friendship continued for a long time, even when the rest of the Sensei were found. Both Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury were the closest ones. Bruce Wayne was also hurt. He felt the same way he felt it when the first Robin...
Second!
Unable to do something, and after seeing the reaction of Yusaki, he understood how strong the friendship was between the both of them.
Yeah, forget the other Sensei. 2 days later.
Serena, please, you had to eat something. How do you plan to fight the Joker and the others if you don't eat? Ray was concerned. Since the day Ami died, Yusaki had stopped eating, no matter who told her.
Please, Ray, leave me alone.
Makoto entered the room and tried to talk to her. Usagi, Ami wouldn't want to see you like this. Please, you have to eat something. Usagi tried to stand up and leave the room, but Makoto caught her when she fainted. Usagi, answer me, please! But Usagi was somewhere else. She found herself in a white place when she heard a beautiful voice behind her.
My beautiful princess, how nice to see you again. Queen Serenity! Oh my god, it's Deus Ex Machina. I know you are having a hard time now, my dear. Minako was beaten up badly. She doesn't remember anything. Ami felt responsible and got killed for trying to search for her.
Queen Serenity walked toward her and tried to hug her, talk while she hugged her.
My love, you had to be brave. Being the Princess of the Moon is not an easy task, but you have to believe in yourself in order to succeed. No matter how hard or painful things are, remember to believe in yourself, Ellipses.
Suddenly, a bright light covered the place, forcing Usagi to open her eyes. When she opened herself again, she found herself on a deposital bed. She turned around and saw Ray sleeping in a chair. She couldn't believe it. Since the day she found out Ray was Sailor Mars, she never thought that she could show any feelings for her, especially with the continuous fight. But this time, she looked real concerned about her health. Usagi screamed in pain when she tried to sell, but she felt a needle connected to her arm to inject serum. Ray woke up and rushed to help her.
Why do I have this thing on me?
Because, meatball head, you stopped eating. You nearly killed yourself. If you haven't noticed, you are in the emergency room of Gotham Central Hospital. You fainted when you tried to lift a room, and your cousin was unable to wake you up. Albert called an ambulance, and the paramedics said you were dying because your body hadn't had any energy sources. Hopefully, they put you that needle in your arm to save your butt.
Ray, why did you save me?
Well, the others had to continue the investigation, and...
You consider me your friend?
Yes. I consider you a friend. And I care about you, okay? No. Usagi, I love you.
Oh, Ray, I love you too.
And slowly, the two lips came closer and closer until they connected in a fiery embrace. By the light of the fiery moon, did the Moon Princess and her faithful guardian's lips continue their evocative dance. Kissing each other on that bed, they felt so many emotions burst through. Happiness, love, compassion, and a general feeling of pure emotion. The euphoric high was enough to keep them going. Ray began to kiss down Usagi's neck, and what are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I decided to start writing a Usagi and Ray Yuri fic instead. I think that might be more interesting to the audience than what I'm about to do.
Uh-huh.
Usagi smiled. Finally, Ray had accepted her as a real friend. An hour later, after some heavy making out, Usagi was released from the hospital, and after stopping at a restaurant where Usagi ate like she used to, they returned to the mayor. Someplace else, two feminine figures were talking. One was 14 or 15 years old, the other in her early 20s.
I think I should call them and tell what's happening.
The young one took a communication device that looked like a calculator and had a mini screen on it. She tapped one of the keys, but before she could do anything, the other took it from her. What are you trying to do? The surprise factor is our best weapon here.
But they have to know that
I said no, and I'll keep this, okay? Meanwhile, in the Batcave, Batman and the others were in search of the Joker and the rest of the villains. Suddenly, an alarm sounded, and Batman pressed the button, which showed up on the screen, a map that had a light over the location where the Joker and one of the thugs were. At the time, a beat sound was heard, and Ray took her communicator out from her pocket.
Huh? My communicator started to beat. Something is weird.
It's Ami. Then Batman chased the image on the screen, and a picture of the Joker with pictures of a regular Scarecrow was shown. Then, Minako saw these pictures. These pictures. Just as some images started to appear in her mind, she stalled and laughing, then hitting her. Then a horrible carousel of images, and a flash of light ended, and it failed to ground unconscious. An hour later, she regained consciousness.
Where am I?
Ami! You have to prevent Ami! Prevent Ami what? They're going to kill her!
Minako, you got your memory back!
Huzzah! Surya, you must tell Ami that if she receives a call telling her where the Joker and the others are, she'll walk into a trap and... Minako, Ellipses, it's too late, Ellipses. Ami died 3 days ago, Ellipses. She fell into the trap. No, Ellipses, God, Ellipses, why, Ellipses? Usagi hugged her when she started to cry. The next night, Batman, Robin, and the Sarah Sensi moved to a place where Joker and the other villains were hiding. They entered the place, and the battle started. Batman and Robin started to battle the Joker's Sensman, while the Sensi battled Scarecrow and the Riddler. Sarah Mars and Sarah Venus started to fight the Riddler, and his men, while Sailor Moon and Sarah Silver were battling Scarecrow. Suddenly, one of Joker's headsmen hit Silver in the back with a steel pipe, knocking her out. What? He then went after Sailor Moon, and the other Sensi holding her back, putting on a gas mask. And... Now, Sarah Barrett, you are going to receive a lethal dose of my fear gas that will send you straight into the asylum. He took his skull out of his costume. Scarecrow? Who? The two figures appeared in the hallway. If you think you're going to use that gas again, you are wrong, Scarecrow. Serena was speechless when she turned around. There were two figures. One was a woman in her early 20s dressed in a Batman outfit, but one of the pressed her was the most... Hey, wait a minute. Are we doing Cassandra Cain? Because this is completely... Oh, wait a minute. We can't be doing Cassandra Cain. She's not mute.
I can't believe it.
Episode 4. The Return. Sailor Moon was speechless. Right there in front of her eyes was Sailor Mercury, the ones she believed were dead. You know, I'm only speechless because this is probably the longest Von Doom has gone without a mass murder.
Mercury, you're alive! Hi, Sailor Moon.
Ha! So your friend survived. Unfortunately, you won't be so lucky. But when he tried to use the gas, a woman dressed like Batman entered the room and knocked him out. Seeing that, Sailor Moon took care of the thug that was holding her. Seeing that his men were going down to try to escape, but Batman was able to stop him with a right hand. Nonetheless, the Rogue was going to try to escape. With the situation controlled, Sailor Mars rushed towards Sailor Mercury, tapped her on the shoulder. Once he turned around, Sailor Mars slapped her his heart as she could. And again, I'm getting really turned on. You fool! You had a communicator. You didn't tell us you were alive. Do you know how Usagi felt when she thought that you were dead?
Ellipses. I'm sorry, but ellipses.
Shut up! I don't want to ever speak to you again. Oh, do. Sailor Mars turned around, while Sailor Mercury stood up crying. It was then she would notice the brightness of a gun. She pushed Ray aside when the gun fired. Boom. Ray felt Ollie's body falling against her. Meanwhile, Robin took care of the man that fired it. Ray held Mercury's body on the floor. Ollie, no. Please. I'm sorry for hitting you. Ellipses.
Ray. Ellipses. Ray. Ellipses. Ray. Ellipses. Ellipses. Forgive you. Ellipses. It hurts. Ellipses. Maybe. Ellipses. Maybe I'm going to die after all. Ellipses.
No.
Ollie. Ellipses. Ollie, you can't do this. Ollie.
Knows. Batman and the other scouts rushed to the scene. Batman found out Ami was still alive. He called the ambulance, and hours later they were in the hospital. Sailor Mars couldn't remain calm. If she dies, I'll never forgive myself! Sailor Mars, calm down, please. She'll be okay.
Sailor Moon, I feel miserable, even though I slapped her and humiliated her in front of everyone else, so you saved my life!
That was a 5-second slap, too. Suddenly, the doctor appeared. Hi, everybody! Hi, Dr. Ross! You're the ones who found the blue-haired girl. Yes, Sailor Mars, how is he? Dr. Ross remained silent for several seconds. Ray couldn't hold herself. It took Ross the robe. Well, tell me. Who is she? That was the Christian Bale Batman voice for Ray, not Batman. Well, she had internal bleeding that caused a high loss of blood. If she doesn't get a transfusion soon... Dr. Ross, Ruth, take the blood you need from me. I have the same blood type Sailor Mercury has, Ray said. Are you sure? This could be dangerous. Actually, to be perfectly honest, Ray has type AB blood, but if I remember from my limited knowledge of blood transfusion types, technically AB blood could be transfused to either types A or B, so yeah, point goes to Vic. Are you sure this could be dangerous? I don't care. She's in there because she saved my life. Now it's my turn to save hers. Minutes later, Ray was giving blood to the girl she slapped and assaulted just a few hours later. After 10 minutes later, a nurse removed the needle from her arm and helped her get back to the bed she was lying on. Then, the nurse got her out of the room, while Dr. Ross continued treating Ami. Meanwhile, Luna, Artemis, and the other Sailor Senshi were, along with Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, were waiting outside the room when she got out. Trina was the first to ask a question. Ray, how was she? I don't know, but she was so pale. Serena, my head is spinning. Dick cast her when she fainted, and Dr. Ross ordered that she had to be put in the bed, and Serum sent it into her. Are we sure we should be injecting all these type of serums in there? This doesn't seem healthy. Later, she woke up. What happened? You you fainted after you gave some blood to Ami. How do you feel? Said Ray's mother from heaven.
Fine, how's he?
Yes, he's in the operation room now. After the transfusion, Dr. Ross said that he was now stabilized and he could operate her.
Shouldn't you do that after the operation? God, you know nothing about medics! Well, she will be okay though, right? Yeah, surprisingly, we're gonna get out of this fic with everybody perfectly A-okay! Don't worry, Ray. Everything's gonna be fine. Where's Mina? She went on a walk with Dick. I think they liked each other. Both girls talked for an hour, until the nurse told Usagi she had to leave the room in order to let Ray have some rest. Meanwhile, Minako and Dick were in the park looking at the stars. You know, Minako, you really are nice. I was going to ask you to stay, but now that I know who you are, I think it'll be worthless to ask. What are you trying to say? I love you, Minako. I love you with all my heart. Since the day I first saw you for the first time, I knew you were special. Okay, shipwreck on at the ready! Dick, I love you too. And I think I'm going to stay here with you. Boom! This Babs and Dick fan is not happy. After these words, they kissed each other. Then they allowed their love to go its way. Hey! Quit doing that in the public park! Yeah! If you're going to do something like that, do that in the public restroom! Or in an airport! Or in a college dressing room! Or even in a public movie theater! 1 week later, both Frey and Ami were released from the hospital. They celebrated the event with a fake party at Wayne Manor. Minako and Dick danced all night. Same thing did Rita and the others who enjoyed their party. The girls started packing their things, getting ready for the return trip. Ami was talking with Bruce at one of the balconies of the Manor. Well, Ami, I think Gotham University will lose a terrific doctor. Bruce, this place is beautiful, and in other circumstances, my choice would have been totally different. But you understand, I have a responsibility with my friends. I understand, Ami. I just hope you have a bright future. Thank you, Bruce. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go pack my things. Bruce Wayne watched the girl walk up the stairs. He wanted to tell her that he liked her like a daughter. What? When did we see this? Bruce was barely here! Well, you understand very well the kind of responsibility a hero has. And the other areas, Dick and Mia were talking about you. Talking. Are you sure about this decision, Minako? Yes. I'm certain the girls could work without me. Remember, they were like that before they knew me, so it's not going to be much of a difference. Then a soft kiss sealed the conversation. An hour later, the girls were putting their bags into the limousine that was going to drive them to the airport. Usagi noticed that there were 4 bags instead of 5. Suddenly she heard the voice of Minako. Girls, I have to talk to you. What is it, Minako? I'm not going back to Tokyo. What? Dick and I love each other, and I decided to stay here. Artemis couldn't believe it. Are you nuts? Artemis, I'm staying here. If you want to stay here with me, I'll appreciate that. But what about Sailor Venus? Sailor Venus will now be a part of the Batman and Robin team. I'll stay here with my love and help him was meant to fight against crime. Although, just one trip to Japan with a Batwing and not to mention Titan Tower's teleportation devices. That's your Simpson. Serena walked towards her. Minako, you are Sailor Venus. You can't leave us. I'm sorry, Usagi, but this is the way it has to be. I finally found a man that I love, and I want to stay with him. With tears in her eyes, Usagi hugged her. Then, be happy. But, don't forget to ride, okay? Each of the girls wished the best to Mina and Dick. And then the limousine left the Manor and headed toward the airport. Tears started to fall on Minako's cheeks. Then she started to turn Dick. Please drive me to the airport! What? I'm sorry, Dick. I love you, but I can't leave my friends. They need me. Okay, let's go. Vic, I will get on my knees and officially declare you the best of Fondu's work. If you please, don't mess this up. In the airport, Usagi was looking through her window while they waited for Wayne's jet to arrive. You guys might want to start playing True Friend or Friend for Life by now. Or Shine Like Rainbows. I got beside her. Usagi, are you alright? I can't believe Minako left us. Usagi, she loves Dick. We have to let her be happy. After all she passed through, she deserves some happiness, don't you think? Yeah, maybe you're right. Alfred interrupted them. Excuse me, Miss Anderson and Miss Suzinko, but the plane is ready. Thanks, Alfred. The girls answered him. Minutes later, the 4 girls were on the plane. Takeoff procedure started. The plane was on its way when they heard the horn of a car. Usagi watched through the window and saw Minako and Dick on a car.
Yasaki told the pilot to stop the plane, which he did. Minako got in. Then so Yasaki and Minako hugged each other.
I thought you were going to leave us.
Oh, you guys still messed it up. It should have been that the plane was slowly rising, and then the girls saw Minako. They would have been hugging out the cargo plane and forming a human chain to grab Minako, all the while some epic music started playing. For shame, Doc.
I couldn't leave you, Yasaki, or the others. No matter what, I have to sacrifice.
And they took their seats, and the plane got in spot. They were on their way back to Tokyo, where more adventures waited them. For those curious, Riddler was captured with the dynamic duo when he tried to steal a valuable piece of diamond jewelry. The end. You know, guys, I have to say, in spite of everything else about this fic, this is probably Fondu's best work. I mean it. Maybe after seeing us through so much death, destruction, chaos, and utter stupidity, having a fic like this is just to finally hit me. Don't take me wrong, this is still slime of the highest caliber. And probably some of the worst pieces of fanfiction I've read in existence. But to be fair, just a couple of points. Number one, this doesn't have any of the Senshi dying. And number two, the plot isn't as stupid as the others. Oh, the plot's stupid, but it's the kind of stupid you would find in a Michael Bay film, rather than the stupidity that you would find in a cheap dime store DVD box set film. And people wonder why I have such a wide range of knowledge about bad movies. Also, but of course, we still have a whole bunch of problems, like, for instance, Batman barely does any of the crossovering. I know Bruce rarely interacts, but Bruce barely does anything. Bruce could have easily solved a lot of these problems, and boom, it would be easy. Second, you picked the wrong villains for this crossover. Look, I love Joker as well. Riddler is one of my favorite Batman villains, and Scarecrow is also awesome. And in theory, you could make Joker work for a Sailor Moon Batman crossover. But this is about the same problem you have as trying to make the Riddler a main villain of a Superman and Batman crossover. Here's why. Riddler, so, Batman, here's my riddle. What is BOOM? Hi there. See, it's like having Bane go up against Superman. Actually, now that I think about it, anybody remember the crossover with on Superman Batman where Superman had to take over for Batman for a while, and Bane decided to take on Batman? The Superman says Batman? Yeah, that's a similar happen. Why do you think that the best way to make Joker a threat to Superman in any other situation is to team him up with Lex? Because any other choice, you're going to actually have to start thinking. And unfortunately, this is not that type of classy. Then again, a good writer could probably do it. This is not a good plot, though. If anything, a proper villain for a good Sailor Moon crossover would be Ra's al Ghul. Or, no, the other Raz. That would work best. But no, this is Joker and Riddler and Scarecrow. What should have happened the moment Scarecrow brought out his little skull? Let me change! Shatters. Gemini, Supreme Thunder! What? Okay, here's how it would properly go. Want to know how I got these scars? Yeah, from this Mars Fire! Not exactly 3 new Senshi here. You gotta take, when doing a proper crossover, when it comes to certain villains, you gotta take villain and hero power levels into consideration. You gotta know who you are dealing with. This did not, sadly, this did not take into consideration that these guys are three villains without that much power and are being badly written in a scene that did not require them. A good crossover could have probably taken Joker, taking consideration of who he is, and made him more of a mastermind. Probably would have used more of his cunning or his intelligence, rather than just making him a mook. And that's another complaint I have here, besides everybody else acting out of character. Joker was a henchman in all this! I mean, really, this is Joker, my favorite Batman villain, and you turned him into basically a henchman? You took out everything that made him Joker, thus had him walking around laughing like a maniac. That wasn't Joker. That was somebody's pretend imitation of Joker from watching one clip of Dark Knight Return, of the Dark Knight. But, again, this is still one of Vontae's best work, mainly because this doesn't hurt as bad. Well, I hope you all enjoyed Fandom Fridays over the past few months. Join me next year for plenty more fanfics from different types of groups other than ponies, like, say, Witch, Winx Club, Sailor Moon, Batman, and many, many more. Do you honestly think your fic might get shown up? Do you have a favorite fic you might want to appear? Remember, there is a video I have called Fandom Fridays. I'll tell you if you ever want to suggest a fic of yours. But me, I'm going to continue on my searching. Who knows what I'll find? Because, remember, not all fanfics are lemons. Not all fanfics are these horrible, horrible crossovers, and not all fanfics deal with a Gary Stu OC. Some of them can be fun, as I hope you learned. I'll see you all next time.